what was Ed Lopez like?
So, I worked for Attorney Lopez for a long time, maybe a little over, I don't know, over a decade. And he was one of the prominent attorneys in the community, especially the Filipino community. He was part of FACLA. He knew, since he was a restaurant owner, he knew a lot of the other restaurants nearby. And he just helped a lot of Filipinos, throughout his career. I mean, he really did a lot. He made a strong impact for the community, especially not only in the Filipino community in California, in LA, but he also helped out in the Philippines too. Once in a while he'll send out, a lot of care packages to the Philippines. He was really, really special to the community.
And I'm assuming you were helping out in a lot of his projects, right?
Yeah, he did a lot of. He had multiple projects. This man he was an entrepreneur. He was into showbiz. For example, Bayanihan, he was one of the first people to help bring over celebrities from the Philippines. Him and Marianne also at that time, and they were bringing over a lot of celebrities. So he had that project going on. He was a movie producer also. He just did so many projects. He was part of organizations to try and help out the Filipino community. He was just all around. He helped so many people. I remember when, throughout the many years, there would be people that would just show up at the office and just asking for, some help, not necessarily money, but more of a talk. They just want his opinion on things and his views on things, guidance and stuff. And so it was really amazing to see that.
What kind of advices would he give? Like love advice, or was it about cars, insurance, or anything like that?
Well, he actually knew a lot. He was very wise, being in law and then growing up, in that area, right? So he knew everything from a bookworm knowledge to the street knowledge, So no matter what you asked about, he always would have an answer, and he would also tell it to you in a story. You'd learn from the story and his experiences. So since I was learning and growing, he was one of my mentors, and he really, really taught me so much. I miss him tremendously.
What was his practice all about?
Well, he did several areas of law. He did everything from personal injury to immigration to bankruptcy, and plus he knew all the other attorneys. He knew so many attorneys that it became a group. And so he named that group Filipino Law Group. Yeah, he named that with a few other attorneys, and we were all just a strong little circle, dedicating our services to Filipinos around the world. Actually, we would have calls from Canada, we would have calls from Dubai. Everyone. How Filipinos they spread out all over the world. And so anytime you get into a legal mess, whether it be about land or business, whatever, they would call.
What kind of messes did Filipinos get into at that time?
Oh my gosh, everything from decades or generations of fighting over property and land to scams. We had a lot of scams, foreigners falling in love with Filipinos, or actually both Filipinos and Filipinas, and a lot of business investments, and he was pretty much all over the place. But keep in mind, he also had a group of other attorneys too, and they all worked together in synergy. Yeah. So if you ask a lot of the prominent Filipino businessmen today, they probably know him or they know of him.
What kind of impact did he make to you personally?
Oh, wow, that's deep. I don't want to cry on your show, but yeah, I mean, he was. See, I lost my father to cancer a while back, so since I worked for Ed for so long, he became like I said, my mentor, but he also became my friend. He was family, so he would guide me when I went through a hard time with my divorce, when I had some challenges with my children, just guidance overall. Since he knew so much, he would help so many people, and I'm not alone. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people that's going to comment, when they see this, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I knew Ed." I mean, there was a lot of people. Even now, he passed away a couple of years ago. But even now, there'll be people that like, "Oh yeah, I know him, or I know of him." So he would have been, if he's looking down on us right now, he'd be like, that's kind of like, he was like, he's really proud of his people. Thank you for everyone for watching, taking the time out of the day to listen to me talk, and very memorable. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Michael Asagra,
yes,
of Venerable Injury Law.
There you go.
We'll see you guys soon.
See
Bye.
you. Take care. Bye. Drive safe.
This episode is brought to you by Don't miss out. Want to be seen? Want to be heard? Want lots of exposure? Ask us how.